Hey everybody. So I'm gonna give you a quick little garden tour. I say garden and I use the term loosely because I haven't actually been in the garden in a minute. And when I have been able to be in the garden, it's only for like an hour every couple of weeks. Mostly because my toddler requires a lot of my time. But trying to get back into it. I'm about to go on vacation for a month, so I'm not really sure why I'm picking now, but this is going to be the last video that I record on this phone. I'm going to upgrade soon, and so hopefully I'll have even more excuses to come up with better, beautiful videos of my plants. So let's get started. So in the front, don't judge me too harshly. Again, I don't get out here as often as I need to. I did have one poppy come up really nicely, so that's exciting. And as you can see, my kids like to leave trash everywhere, which is less than awesome. But I'll take care of it. My geranium is really taking off this year. The Spanish lavender is still holding out despite my intermittent prunings. As usual, the midnight purple salvia is going gangbusters. And I have some blue irises. They're new this year. They haven't bloomed yet, probably because of inconsistent watering, but they're also still alive, so that's exciting. Please ignore the trash. I have some outside plants that really should be inside, but I don't have anywhere to put them inside currently because Merlin can reach and destroy everything. So they're outside for now, and I'm trying to keep them alive. More blue irises up here in the front, and I've got some fancy purslane that's doing okay. It's not really happy right now because it needs a transplant, but I'm waiting for the chamomile pot to die off completely before I transplant it. The basil's still alive, yay. Lavender in the back there is hanging on, and I don't know what my kids have been putting in that pot. It's a little alarming. Should we go up here? I suppose we can. So we've been able to keep the gardeners, such as they are, that's another term I'm using loosely, out of this front area, which is nice because we've managed to see some significant growth with the Cape honeysuckle and the sages. I do need to prune them. I'm not saying I don't. I'm saying it's not going to happen right now, but you know, hopefully before I leave so that they don't have an excuse to accost everything while I'm gone. We got this rad little coast oak tree when we volunteered to plant trees for our Girl Scout troop earlier this year, and it's getting some height. I'm pretty sure I need to top it so that it grows out at the sides. I'm probably gonna confirm that with the Googles before I actually do it though. My grape is doing okay. It also needs more watering and a prune. Not sure exactly what time of year I'm supposed to prune it, so I'm holding off on that as well. I've got two dahlias that I got cheap because they were not doing really well, and now they're doing much better. Still not great, but much better. I had one in front too, but then the snails ate it because they suck. So this is the chamomile pot where it's dying. I'm really surprised it's lasted this long, and a south-facing porch in Southern California, to be totally honest with you. I have one teeny tiny dragon fruit sprout, and I'm trying to keep it alive. I'm fighting slugs to do it, which kind of sucks, but I'm thrilled that it's still there. Malabar spinach is coming up everywhere as usual. Strawberries are doing okay. Could be better, but they're okay. Again, please ignore the mess. It's very messy. My kids are messy, and my dog is messy. It is what it is. The jasmine, I think the compost really helped this year because I've never seen it bloom like this. This is very impressive. I'm really excited about its growth. Although I do need to make sure that I, get a handle on it because it's starting to come back here and it might eat my trash cans. My dog likes to eat my plastic planters, so that is a thing that is not going to continue this year. When I get back, I'm hoping that these old pickle containers, which is what used to be in them, I guess is like industrial pickle, I don't even know. They smelled like pickles and had pickle brine in them when I picked them up. Some lady was selling them at a discount, so that's where I got them. And I'm hoping that the tomato cages, as long as I put them in right and deep enough, will keep my dog from digging them up like she's dug up everything else. But this is where I want the new tomato home to be. My last tomato plant, if you'll remember, was right over here on the fence, and I finally did cut it down because it was on its last leg, and it was still producing, which was amazing. It just wasn't happy, and it was, yeah, it was big and bulky and unhappy. Much like this rose, which I really need to treat with some fungicide because I'm pretty sure that's what's going on with it. I did just prune it today, so I'm hoping that'll help it get stronger now that it's not supporting all of those rose buds, or not rose buds, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't remember what they're called. Rose hips, haha, thank you. Okay. But yeah, fungicide on this guy. The other one I think is okay. This is like Old Reliable here. This one, as you know, usually gets like 3 feet taller than this, and it's just all beautiful yellow rose blooms for months and months and months. Very exciting. The mint has sort of taken over the Malabar spinach bed, which is okay because Malabar spinach and borage have taken up the rest of the yard. So get ready for it. This is where it really gets crazy. Woohoo! This is what happens when you leave your yard alone. So the clover ground cover is actually working really well. It's kept the grass from choking everything out and getting like waist high everywhere. The lemon balm completely took over what was once, you know, my aspiration was an herb spiral, but now it's just a giant lemon balm bush, and I'm not really mad about it because it smells really nice. I just have to keep it trimmed back a little bit. But it'll stay green, and I hope that the cinder blocks at the bottom will keep my dog from, you know, completely destroying it like she has so many other things. Speaking of needing a prune, that very sad looking dragon fruit plant definitely needs a prune. As does this nasturtium, which is going insane. It's one of the climbing ones, and it's almost to the tippy top. So I'm gonna do the inside here. I'm not sure what kind, but I'm pretty confident that this is a cherry tomato from the old giant, I don't know if you remember the ginormous cherry tomato vine that used to cover like this entire thing. I think this is like a baby, but it's a little bit over there, and I sort of need to get in there and start containing it and training it up before it, like, I don't know, gets diseased or something. But I can't wait to see it actually fruit, because then I'll be sure. Yeah, you can see a little one here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a cherry tomato. But yeah, kind of excited about that because I did not plant that. So I like it when that happens. I do unfortunately have a new unwelcome plant visitor to the garden, and yeah, it's nightshade, and it's everywhere now. I'm not really sure where it came from, and it's pretty and I don't really mind it, but I have a toddler who I do occasionally like to bring out here, and you know, highly toxic, so I do need to get rid of it. It's just one of those things. I'm not going to be able to get back to show you every bed, mostly because I don't want to get stung by a bee today. But we can go up here a little bit. I think I see beans in the bed that I planted some beans in. I can't see any cucumbers, but that doesn't mean that they're not there. So I think I actually planted squash in there, maybe not cucumbers. Cucumbers might be in the bed over, but cucumbers need a little bit more attention than I actually gave it, so I'm not going to be mad about it if they don't come up. It's just, you know, what happens when you plant things and walk away and then don't do anything about them. Looks like there's still purple sweet potato plants growing in that bed, which is insane. It's been a long time. The strawberries back here are doing okay. They were certainly not helped by the fact that my dog likes to dig in the beds now. So that's been disheartening and frustrating to deal with. My one blueberry plant is doing really well. The other one's doing okay, not as well, but this one's doing great. Like, I think there's actually 2 ripe blueberries on there. I should probably, before I leave, cover this with some netting to keep the birds from eating them all. But I'm also not gonna be here, so I might just let them eat them. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. As you can see, there's borage everywhere, which I'm not really mad about because it's attracted wonderful, wonderful pollinators, and I'm pretty happy about that. you know, the more pollinators you have, typically the healthier your garden is. So, like I said, not mad about that. What else? Got some Malabar coming up here, which is great because it just keeps coming back year after year. I think I may have thrown some beans in there, but then I also didn't water it. So again, not really mad about the stuff that didn't come up because I didn't pay enough attention to it. Hi, Max. Yeah, I'm about to go check and see if you actually did dig up that lemon tree. I've been trying to keep it away from her for months and months, and it looked very sad because she keeps getting at it, and I think she might have actually killed it now. So let's go find out. Again, please excuse the mess. There's a lot of projects in progress. Let's see. This is now the onion bed. It's doing fine. I think this might be a tomato, but I'm not sure yet. I know there was nightshade here, but they do look slightly different despite being part of the same plant family. Like this. This here is a baby nightshade, and it needs to come up badly. I don't see any squash over here this year, but that's no surprise. Look at all these holes. She probably destroyed any hope that I had of having pumpkins on this side of the yard again. Yep, and she killed it. That was once a lemon tree. It's now dead. Thanks a lot, Maxine. You're the worst. So maybe I'll try again with that, but I'm gonna need to come up with something better to protect it because, yeah, bad news bears. Okay, she's also gotten after my compost bins, as you can see, so definitely no living worms in there anymore. It's been a struggle. I love my dog, but I do not love the damage that she does to my yard. Okay, that's pretty much it for today. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you ignore your garden for a few years, yours can look like the Weasley garden too.